Hey y'all, Mike here with Raider Dog Ranch. I don't know where you are, but here in Central Texas we are definitely stretching into spring. The weather is absolutely beautiful, and along with that comes grilling. So I have got some work to do, some maintenance to do on my grills, and that's what today's video is going to be. I did a review on this Blackstone Adventure Ready griddle last year. It got a fair amount of use on it, but it got a little neglected in the off season. So what I'm going to do today is go through and clean the griddle, put another seasoning coat on it, and just freshen it up and ready for the season. Even here in Central Texas, where we don't have very much moisture, it was a little wetter than usual, and you can see I got a little bit of rust on my griddle. Now every time I cook with this, I do coat it with a thin coat of oil when I'm done, so that's a little surprising to me. I have lived in the deep south in Georgia, and I know that there's a lot more humidity there, so I can only imagine what it's like trying to keep this griddle clean in an area like that. But nonetheless, we're going to get this rust cleaned off, put another coat of seasoning on it, and get her ready to cook this season. If this is the first time you've been here, welcome to the channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so you can be notified for new videos. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and get this grill up to temperature. You can see I've got it on high temperature. We're going to let that run for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll start scraping off the rust on top. Here are some of the supplies that we're going to need for this job. This is just olive oil in this container here. There's a scraper that we'll use to scrape off that rust, and we're going to use the Blackstone Griddle seasoning. If you watched my original video, I opted not to use their seasoning. I just used some olive oil. Maybe that's why it has some trouble, but usually olive oil seasons fine. And then I picked up these Blackstone scrubbing pads. Okay, we've got it up to temperature. That's pretty much cooking temperature. And what I'm going to do is scrape off that top layer of rust just to get all the particles off. We'll just push that to the drain trap.
I still go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
We've got a paper towel here. Careful not to burn yourself. Just push all this extra. Then we're going to go over it with a light coat of oil. Then we're going to use this scrubber. Just spread that around.
Obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when...
All right, now we're going to take a paper towel and wipe that down.
There's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
All right, all the rust is gone. You can see a little bit of dark spots here, but I don't think that's gonna hurt the top any. All right, now we're gonna bring it back up to temperature. And if you watch some of the videos from the Blackstone people, they say you always want to add your seasoning when it is burnt, when the burners are on and it's hot. While we're waiting on that to warm up, we're also going to add a new grease tray. Make sure that you replace those on a regular basis. Those will fill up and make a giant mess. So it depends on how much you cook. You might do it once a season, you might do it more. I'll put a link in the description to these and this seasoning in the description below if you're interested in getting them. This cast iron conditioner and seasoning does have some instructions here, and it tells you to wipe down the surface. As I mentioned before, make sure you preheat the griddle, and you'll just apply it directly, and then you'll spread it around with a paper towel. I'll use some tongs to not burn my hands because that'll take a little while. And then it gives you the amounts right here on the bottom if it's a 17, 22, 28, or 36 inch griddle. This is a 22 inch griddle we're using here, so we'll use about a tablespoon. We'll just try to keep that from all running into the trap. I got a pretty bad angle on this. So we're just going to run a thin layer of this all around. Run it up on the edges. You can see that starting to smoke. That is the process of the seasoning bonding to the metal. All right, so we're going to let that burn off. You do want to go thin coats, and you can do anywhere from 3 to 5 coats. But you want to let this burn until you see all of that smoke gone where it's burned off.
Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore.
I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but I'm definitely seeing a darker hue to the cast. Or I'm sorry, it's not really cast. It looks like cast. It's I think it's carbon steel, I read. So anyway, that's we'll start working on step 2. Most of that has burned off, if not all. We'll do it again. And again, we'll just move it around. I adjusted the legs a little bit from that last one. That seemed to have worked pretty well. I'm not too sure what Blackstone uses for their conditioner. I've heard flaxseed works. I know that olive oil works. If you have any comments on what you think works best, go ahead and drop that in the comments. I'm sure it's a lot cheaper to use an over-the-counter oil versus these branded things. I'm trying to make sure that I don't put it on too heavy. Watch the corners. It does want to collect in the corners. All right. Second cycle's done. You can see that starting to burn off. I think the first one probably did take about 10 minutes or so. So we'll let that run through. That second round seemed to burn off quite a bit faster than the first, but it went on pretty good. So I don't know if that's normal or not. Throw it down in the comments if you know.
go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just...
The curing process was starting to get really slow, and the wind's picking up a little bit out here. So what I did was I took some tinfoil and stuck it along the edge here to stop that air gap because the wind was coming across this way. And I'm noticing that made a big difference. I'm starting to see a lot more smoke now. So that was probably what happened in step 2. It was getting to be too windy, and the temperature couldn't get as high as it needed to really start breaking down those oils. So just a little tip there. Usually you're going to have tinfoil nearby if you're cooking, and just create a wind guard around some of the edges. There is a wind guard in the front, so that could be an option to turn it into the wind, but just add some tinfoil on the sides. That does a pretty good job too. Okay, round 3 took quite a while, but as I mentioned, the tinfoil was probably helpful. Not going to put as much this time because it seems to be going further now that there's a coating. And you are supposed to go thin. You can really see the texture changing on the griddle now. So again, this is the 4th coating. I may stop with 4. Okay, here we are after 4 coats. I really can't tell how well the camera's picking that up. It's pretty black. I've always had trouble getting the edges around here, all the way around the edges, but that makes sense to me because your burners are like right here and right here. It's really hard to get the heat pushed out to the edges, so that usually doesn't bother me too much. You might be able to see there's a little bit of moisture back there in that corner. I say moisture, it's an oil moisture. So I need to get that wiped up. But overall, that looks as good as it did, at least as good as it did the first time I seasoned it. So I think we're going to be good with this. All the smoke is burned off, so we're going to say it is fully cured in. And if you have any extra advice or tips or anything that you think I should do differently or a better process, do drop it in the comments and let me know. So there you go. That is my short video of maintaining the Blackstone after winter, getting it ready for the summer. I would say you want to set aside about an hour to do this. It did take a while waiting for the burn off, so don't think you're going to drop that off in 30 minutes. Even if you do 3 coats at 10 minutes, it seemed like it took a while longer. So let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. And if you click the notification bell, you'll be the first one to know when new videos are dropped. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.